Do you know what's so interesting, Ben? You can see now why certain words that otherwise it's very difficult to explain, for example, why fascism is so prominent in the discourse of the left. Can I tell you why? Because as part of all those grand freedoms and whatever that were to be given to the world, first by the Universal Declaration on Human Rights and then by the European Declaration, was obviously freedom of speech. Now, the last thing that the Soviets believe in
It's freedom
is
of
freedom of
speech.
speech.
Yeah.
How do you undercut it? By saying, of course, it must be for everybody, but not for fascists. Right from the beginning, that's the argument. And do you know what? That argument survives right into the present because it's used alongside two other key terms. How do you undercut the moral pretensions of the West? Two ideas: racism and imperialism, slavery and empire. Those three things, fascism, slavery, and empire, are deployed by the Soviets and their allies from the very beginning. And they are deployed most effectively through the debates on the change from the Universal Declaration of Human Rights into the Convention of Human Rights in the 1970s. The United Nations, being the United Nations, the contributions to the various committees are recorded as a verb, what the French would say, a verbal process. They're actually recorded word for word. And do you know what? Those interventions, those debates are picked up by the leading women, the radical women of the Berkeley Law School in the late 1970s and beyond, and used more particularly in the 1990s, and they're used to justify hate speech laws. So you can see why, as I said, in the modern discourse of the left, these three things: fascism, racism, and imperialism loom so large is because they were the categories which the Soviets and their satellites had worked out as early as the 1950s and 60s were the best way of undercutting the universalist pretensions of the West.